Hey everybody, this is Ben Hummerding here with another Tech Tips video, and today I am going to talk a little bit about the new screen capture feature in WeVideo. So WeVideo is a product that I use a lot. I've made a lot of different videos with it myself, but my students and other students throughout my school district have used WeVideo a ton. And it's a great product. You can do a lot of cool things with it. We do have the paid version, which allows us to do a couple of extra things, including the screen capture. So I just wanted to do a quick overview of screen capture, show you what it was like, and give you the ins and outs of some of the other new features that are also have been released for this version. One thing that's kind of important about this is the first time I tried it, it crashed on me. The second time, it recorded my voice like Mickey Mouse. So hopefully this one goes a little bit better. But to kind of get things started here, this is the general WeVideo editor, and you basically hit the record button, which I can't go through right now because I'm doing a screen recording, and it'll ask you if you want to do a screen recording. You say yes, and you also choose to record your microphone so that you can record your voice or not. You can record an entire screen or just a window. I'm doing just a window at the moment, and this is the WeVideo editor from here. So a couple of other new features besides the screen capture, which are kind of neat, include this little effects button. So both in the clip in the timeline and underneath the main preview window, you now have an effects button, which allows you to add different effects to your video very, very quickly, which is nice. Another couple of cool features have to do with the playhead. The playhead, usually you just move it to wherever you want it to be within your video to start playing, or where you want to edit. And what's neat about this right now is when I move it to a certain section, I now have a couple of different options, including being able to make a split clip option. If I click on this, it splits my clip into two. So now I've got a beginning and the end for my video, which is kind of neat. And that happens very, very quickly. You can also make comments. So if I click this button here, I'm going to get a comments window that allows me to say, if I'm working with another group of people, say, hey, this clip looks great, let's move on with this, or this clip needs, the sound needs to be improved, that kind of stuff. So for a teacher, this could be really great if your students are sharing their projects with you, and you can give feedback while they're making that. Pretty amazing stuff. And you can link that right to a specific clip, which is awesome, and add a comment or done or whatever. And then it shows up as this little yellow thing here. And if you don't like it anymore or don't want it, you can just hit the delete button. So those are a couple of really neat features that they've added. Next, they've kind of redone their folder structure, and I like this. Now, besides them just being over here on the side, you can also, and I can always hide this, which gives me a little bit more room. I still have access to all my folders without having to go back into that menu again, and that's really nice. And that continues throughout the whole entire layout. So I can get into and out of my music really quickly and pick whatever I'm looking for within my video very, very quickly through that folder structure, and they have the arrows to go back and forth. So that's a real quick overview of sort of the screen capture pieces of WeVideo, which is new, and some of these other editing features that they put into the editor. This is, again, a part of the paid version, but in my opinion, WeVideo is actually a very good deal for what you get. If you look at something like Final Cut Pro or iMovie, which costs, iMovie you have to buy the Mac obviously, but in Final Cut Pro or Adobe, you're going to pay quite a bit of money for that software for one copy. And with this, for about $300 or so, $250 to $300 a year, you get 50 licenses that you can give out to students while they're doing a project, then take back and give out to more students. That's a pretty good deal. So definitely worth the money, and it's not very expensive at all to be able to use on a pretty large scale. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial and learned a few things. Thanks.